the RV has been, it's been weird to say the least. I'm not used to all this open space, but I'm kind of digging it.
I didn't realize how different living in a house versus an RV was until we went back to living like this.
We got unlimited hot water, a little thingamajig do your dishes for you. 4-burner stove here.
I've been taking notes as we were living here to write down all the things that feel so different. So maybe you people who do live in a sticks and bricks can kind of understand how living in an RV is.
Follow me into my favorite room.
We scare each other just by walking into the room that someone else is in.
Look at the size of these things.
When you're in an RV, you could feel like every movement in the floor. You know exactly where someone is, if they're walking towards you, if they're just getting out of the shower.
Look at the depth in here. Unlimited laundry. Would you look at it? Talk about spoiled.
But it's so sturdy in a house that it feels like you don't feel anything. You don't know if someone's walking around.
Also, I don't know if you can tell, but there is a Costco nearby, and we've been enjoying that quite a bit.
When it's raining, you have no idea it's raining. Normal roof, you don't hear that. In an RV roof, you hear every drop.
Be careful of these because they give Dots Pretzels a run for their money. A lot of you guys have been asking, are we getting a new RV? And that's an excellent question. We're gonna be talking about this a lot more.
The last one's kind of interesting because you would think you're more vulnerable in an RV, but I feel like when we're sleeping at night, somebody could easily break in and rummage around the house and you would never know because you can't hear, you can't feel anything. But if someone tried to break into your RV while you were sleeping, like the back window, you'd be like, I can hear everything you're doing and I can feel it.
Now, Grand Design just called us and told us that the RV's ready to pick up, so we're so stoked about that. We're gonna be leaving here in a few minutes, and the best part is we got someone to walk us through all the repairs and everything that we did wrong, in hopes to share it with you guys, because there's a lot that I'm gonna learn out of this, and I know maybe a few takeaways for you guys as well.
So not only do we get to show you what happened to the RV and all the repairs they did, if we got the okay to move back in and all is completely said and done, then it starts the crazy process of moving everything back into your RV. Once again, you guys are with us for the entire journey, and we love having you.
Today's goals: go pick up the RV, run through all the repairs with the RV tech. Second, we need to tow the RV to an RV park, set it up there, and start cooling down the fridge because the fridge has been off for a few weeks. Lastly, are we getting a new RV? Like, what is the word on the street? What are the Hanks doing with their lives? How long are we gonna drag ourselves through these trenches and just keep banging our head against the wall? Well, we're gonna spill all the beans in just a little. We are here and I am getting super thrilled to move back into our home.
I know, this is like becoming a reality. Hopefully.
Fingers crossed everything goes well. The moment of truth. We're here to pick up an RV.
All right.
11 o'clock for last name Hanks.
Okay.
Perfect.
Yourselves at home.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go through your paperwork with you, all that good stuff. I'm having it brought out front now.
Okay.
The wheel bearings and bushings replacement. I have a tech coming up to explain to you how you're supposed to burnish your brakes.
Okay.
So he's gonna go through that process with you as well.
Great.
Watch how you grease your hubs. You put way too much grease in them. It was done way too much. You blew the seal out the backside, and you guys had grease all over your shoes, all over your magnet, all over everything.
4 pumps, huh?
4 pumps, that's it. It failed the brake test. There should be about 12 to 13 amps draw.
Yeah.
When we hit the brakes, I had 9.
Okay.
So I knew that there was one magnet that wasn't working.
Was that magnet issue probably what was causing? Our trailer brake wiring has not been coming up here. Our brakes were intermittent. It was like...
Oh yeah.
Do you think it was the magnet?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Like that would send a warning signal to the truck?
Absolutely.
Okay. Because it would like ding, 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 and then it connect. Ding,
because
ding,
it was
ding,
failing,
connect.
because it had it wasn't working right. It didn't have enough amperage. That truck knows how many of what it's supposed to have.
Okay.
It knew something in there wasn't right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that whole process that Andy walked me through with the burning of the brakes, is that correct?
Burnishing the brakes and then what it is.
Okay.
So anytime you have new brakes, basically we're breaking them in. Engage the brakes.
Gotcha.
And use just the trailer. It just it heats them up faster.
Okay.
Know that you're wearing them in.
Yeah.
Pulling
So
and repacking bearings, different customers doing it.
right.
Fairly easy process if you're mechanical.
Yeah.
But the maintenance schedule on that's 12 months or 12,000 miles.
So we undertook the front side. That was a disaster with the over greasing. We repacked the wheel bearings, put it all back in, and then we used that grease zerk. And I guess that's where we went wrong, is because we over greased.
You packed it
And then greased.
Yeah.
When you pack the wheel bearing, you put it back on. Should you have to use that grease zerk at all? No.
Once you get so much grease in there, it's not going to push back through. You've got pressure on your zert. It's got to go somewhere.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Front and rear seal is going to give. And boom.
Gotcha.
And then once that blows, it's in your brakes.
And then your brakes are like not working.
Yeah.
Those ones that we did end up replacing, are they a self-adjusting brake, or
Yes.
they are? Like, do you spray these at all with any like dry silicone
You
or
can use a dry lube.
a dry
on it.
lube? Okay.
So your gear pack right behind your frame, behind there, right below there is a gear pack.
Okay.
Okay.
That gear pack is what turns inside of this track.
Got it.
Gotcha.
So inside of there, use something oily, you're gonna get stuff stuck to it. It's
Yeah.
gonna get in between the gears, right?
Makes sense.
So, but a dry lube, is
Okay.
great because it doesn't generally attract all of the gunk, dirt, dust. Again, a lot of lubricants, they're aftermarket. So
Yeah.
a lot of different customers have a lot of different opinions on them.
Right,
and it's,
right, absolutely.
You know, what works for you, it's kind of what area are you in.
And we got a nice new look at that. Well deserved.
We didn't have a fender for the longest time. Is that
That's an EGS metal.
so? That's new to
It's
protect.
metal.
To protect from blowouts, right?
Yeah.
When they're driving.
What?
Nice.
That's awesome.
It'll protect you even from throwing a screw. Generally, when you have a blowout, you know that the blowout happened.
Yeah.
So you can address it. Like I said, if it rips the coating or something, you can tape it up, make sure that it's closed up.
That's cool.
If you were to pick up a rock in your tread, as you speed up, you throw it through that underbelly material.
Yeah.
You could actually get a hole there and never know about it because I didn't have a blowout. I didn't have
that
a
makes
big
sense.
event.
Yeah.
But now every time I run through a puddle or a rain, throw water
Kicking
into
up
this
some water.
into
Yeah.
this hole that was created by rock.
That's crazy.
That's actually, a good protector is running that EGS. That not only will it protect from those screws that'll bounce those right off. When you have a blowout, it shouldn't rip through the metal.
Was it the lag bolt thing?
They mentioned the front nightstand.
Yes,
right?
that's where it was. Yeah.
So he had this off, the TPO off, and they had the cap off.
Okay.
Right, so I can show you inside, I can show you outside, but right here behind the end of this wall, there's a framework that we mount all that cabinetry to.
Okay.
Right? So he's saying that if they had a nightstand or something that was loose, they went in and added backer because they had the front exposed. Since we had you in, he went ahead and did measurements as far as do you have any kind of flex or movement on the front end. I know that was in the work order in itself. So without the cap and without the cover on, they were able to address that backer and the cage for there.
Okay.
When they did the measurements, and they would have inspected your lags, and I can show you inside. So behind the carpeted cover
Down in there.
is where he mentioned lags.
Okay.
So if I was to take that carpeted cover off, is what I would see is a steel tube that's probably going to be a 2x6 or a 2x8
Okay.
tube running this way. My wall sits on the outside of it. I run lags through the steel tube into the wall.
Okay.
So they went through, checked your lags as far as tightness, and I know he said he went through and upgraded the lags by
Perfect.
putting lock washers onto them,
Nice.
so you won't have anything backing
Oh, that's
out
great.
there. So
Yeah.
they, not that your old ones are bad, but
Right.
replace them,
Makes sense.
put new ones in, and had lock washers in all positions.
Thank you so much for all your time. We really
Oh, yeah,
appreciate
no
you taking the
problem.
time. Boy, oh boy, do we have a lot to update you guys on. A lot of my mistakes.
You know what this feels like?
What?
When you buy an RV for the first time and then they're like, okay, bye. And then you're like, what do I do now?
Yeah, we're in the parking lot and we haven't done this for a few weeks, so.
Yeah, like it's weird being inside here. It's weird looking at it. Where to begin?
Well, game plan, I love that our first goal is done where we got to pick up the RV and walk through everything. It made me feel a lot more at peace having some of our questions answered. I hope we didn't overwhelm him too much.
He looked cool with it.
He seemed cool with it.
I'm nervous to look inside the fridge.
I know. Let's see it. Musty? No?
Oh, it's not too bad. Wait, did they clean it for us? They cleaned this. This did not look like this. I'm telling you.
Ooh, that smells bad in there because of those towels.
Nasty.
We'll have to clean all this out.
Okay, but I think they cleaned this for us because look at how clean this is.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Okay. So,
All right.
Game plan. Take this to Elkhart Campground. I made reservations for us for a whole week there. And that gives us plenty of time to move in, see how the auto level does, which I'm excited to see. Is it gonna like short out? Like, what is it gonna sound good? And then once we're all set up, we'll clean it as best we can because we have to prepare it for the king himself.
Let's get at it.
Woo! Now my biggest thing is seeing if this auto level will finally work like it's supposed to. So the issue we were having before that was anytime it needed to raise, extend, go to hitch height, auto level, if it was really unlevel from left to right, it would work, but then it would eventually like short out. We replaced the motor in Alaska. We thought maybe the motor inside, like the gear mechanism is all gunked up, so we thought about taking it apart and cleaning it. We never did, which I'm glad we didn't. So if you're running into this issue with your auto level, look into the control board, like having that whole thing replaced, because it wasn't the motor, it wasn't the jacks themselves being dirty, it was a low voltage issue. Oh my, he's starting his backing up like halfway down the parking lot, sir. Good.
True moment of truth here.
So wait, let's chalk the wheels. Like, I forget how to do this.
You know, we're dusting off the cobwebs here, so just bear with us.
Ooh, there's no option for, it's got a whole new things of settings.
What? Manual level, auto hitch to begin. Auto hitch, I think, would bring us back to, that's it. Okay, well, we'll just manually do it then. See, the true test is when it starts auto leveling. Not so much this part, bringing it up and down, nah. It's when we hit auto level, that's when it freaked out before.
But even when you're raising it off the truck, you could still hear it not doing well.
It's very responsive, crazy. Do you know how many times we would have died out by now already?
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to keep that 7-way pin
hidden,
stored way up in there so it's not exposed to the elements.
Okay. We're here for a whole week, so I'm going to put these under the jacks for extra stabilization. The reason people say they're upside down is when you use these as leveling blocks, you can roll up on it without causing any like weird tension on your tires. And rolling up your tires, yes, keep them this way. But if you're just using them as blocks, do what you want. Should be good enough.
Auto level.
Let's see if she works.
Grounding jacks, remain still. Okay. Oh, yeah, she sounds crispy. I didn't think this was going to be fixed. I don't know. I had a feeling that they'd be like, we don't know what's going on.
Because we've been hearing that for so long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This has been going on for 2-3 years now?
Yeah, because we were at the Myrtle Beach Grand Design Rally and Lippert came over.
And they said, yeah.
They said it was because we weren't dropping the front jacks enough or we were dropping them too much.
I'm going to say that is false.
This might be what they replaced, this whole control board.
Maybe. Oh, you love to hear it.
It sounds so much better.
You love to hear it. So they replaced the control board and a fuse.
The 50 amp fuse.
And that fixed it.
It was a voltage issue.
I'm glad it wasn't what you said before. Only glad for the reason being, I'm glad we didn't do all that work because it still would have been affected and that would have been deflating, to say the least.
We would have been like, I give up.
And the work I meant is before we thought these were gunked up in there, so we would need to replace this entire assembly, but it sounds like that's not the case.
Okay, so it doesn't beep when it's done.
I guess it's level.
I guess it's level.
That's crazy.
Just want to get it like...
What are you using to clean it out with?
I have this like all-purpose. It's got bleach in it, so if there is mold...
You think there's like mold in here?
There might be a little bit.
Yeah. It kind of smelled moldy.
Yeah, I think like just to play it safe is like good to just get a bleach cleaner in there.
I know. Well, I am refreshing the black tank even though we didn't have anything in there. I'm just like flushing it out completely.
Nice.
And then I'll treat that. I can't wait to go try the new gray tank valve, the one that's been sticking for 2 years now. That feels like a new RV in itself.
This is reiterating my feelings of what we talked about the other day in our video about quitting RV life. Feel like I have a new energy.
If you haven't seen that video, we just released that one. Go back and check that one out after getting done with this one, because we have a lot to update you on over there as well. I'll even leave it linked right here so you can click on it later. Like that? The moment of truth. This has been giving us such a hard time because it's been sticking so hard. So I'm gonna pull it and see what happens. Okay, you want to talk about the smallest things making the biggest differences? That right there is one of them. Wow, to have a gray tank handle that pulls smoothly. Oh my goodness, it's definitely the small things that make life worthwhile. So something that was mentioned to us by one of the RV techs at Grand Design is now that we have new brakes, we need to do a process called burnishing the brakes. And how you do so, at least according to a research we found, is by driving a certain speed. Hold on, it's raining, give me a second. Think of burnishing like braking in the brakes. But think of like the brakes as like coated in this weird stuff from the factory. You kind of got to burn all that off and get the brakes working properly. That's where burnishing comes in. And the way I found out to do it upon doing research is you take your tow vehicle while hooked up to the trailer, you go down the road at approximately like 40, 50 miles an hour, and you only apply the trailer brakes. That's right, like no exhaust brake on the truck, no braking within the truck. You merely jack up the gain over here on the trailer brakes all the way up, and you apply pressure and braking through the controller here and allow the trailer brakes to work on their own. And guess what? You have to do that multiple times. They mentioned that you may see some smoke coming from the brakes on the trailer, and that's completely normal. So it's something new that I learned that I had no idea was even something you had to do, but hey, glad I know now. Speaking of learning, there's something else I have to update you on, so follow me. And make sure you pack a rain jacket because it's coming down. All right, let's get out of here. The infamous trailer brake hub assembly that I changed out. The one I've been making multiple videos on and I keep screwing up. Well, guess what? Screwed up again. Grand Design just updated me that I over-greased the hub assembly when I repacked the wheel bearings. Remember that Zerk nipple that I was talking about that you saw on the video where I was like, yeah, hook the grease gun up to that and go to town? Yeah, don't go to town. Stay far away from it. They mentioned that I over-greased it. It blew out the rear seal, got all up inside the internal hub brake assembly itself, but they mentioned that the grease was just way too much. And when there's grease exposed to the inner brake lining, well, the brake's inefficient. You can't brake at all because it's greasy. Yeah, I'm coming right out with it. I screwed up big time, but as I'm screwing up, I'm learning a little bit more. Talk about embarrassing though. Like, you know, I'm here with all these technicians and they're all walking me through it and they're like, dude, you're not supposed to grease it that much. And I was like, yeah, I get it. I mean, I don't get it because I've never done this before, but hey, I tried and at least I know now. It's all part of the process, right? How about this though? What an awesome idea with putting some thin sheet metal here. If we have another blowout, this will help to minimize that damage that we see from the blowout. I wish that more manufacturers would do this. Maybe they are. Maybe I'm late to the game. I don't know. Either way, we're just so thankful to have you guys on board. We couldn't do any of this without your love and support, and we appreciate you being patient with us as we learn more and try to bring information to your doorstep. Your TV, I should say, or maybe your mobile phone. Either way, we're here for you guys. I'm feeling it from you guys in the comments. So many of you guys have been asking, Hanks, are you guys getting a new RV? I feel like things are heading down that road. No, we're not getting a new RV at all. We don't have the finances to just go buy a new RV anytime something goes wrong. So we're taking this head on, we're taking it in strides and trying just to keep a positive attitude for just both us personally and for all of you guys out there who might be in the same predicament. Most likely it's gonna happen to you as well. So we wanna show that you can handle these situations, these curveballs whenever they come your direction. All right, we are behind the scenes. We're currently at Meyer. I hope that's how you pronounce it. Never been to one. We're going to meet up with Corey and Jesse from Finding Our Someday. If you guys have never heard of them, you have to go visit them on their YouTube channel. They do an amazing job. They're kind of like the original forefathers when it comes to the RV channels. So go check them out, give them some love, and tell them hi, the Hanks sent us, and we're happy to be here. So we bought him a birthday card. We're going to Outback tonight.
Yeah, it's
and
his birthday.
It's pretty simple. What do you got?
Well, you got the best card for a dude. You know why? Because it says, dude, happy birthday. That's all you need. But they do this cool thing on their channel where they get donuts or something, and then they'll watch the sunrise at a really cool location. So got a Krispy Kreme.
What are you gonna write?
How do you spell donut? Oh, it's right here.
D-O-N-U-T. Spell it out, honey.
Okay. Donut.
Baby, that's not how you spell donut.
Well, I want to be like donut.
But how do you spell donut? Wait, I thought you spelled donut D-O-N-U-T. Spell it donut. How do you spell donut?
Dough. D-O-U-H is dough.
I thought donuts were spelled D-O-N-U-T-S.
You're thinking of like Dunkin' Donuts. They have their own way of spelling it. So you're wrong brand.
Unacceptable. Outback, here we go. Outback Steakhouse.
We found them. I think that's them.
We gotta make this green light. Here we go.
You know how I know? It's because they also have a Denali. That's how you know.
Can't go wrong.
White truck, Denali. We're following them. They know where the food's at.
You can also tell they're an RVer because they back into everywhere they go. That's the RV way of life.
Yes, the whole family's here. What's up?
Your truck,
I know. I like throw my I'm pretty sure I have a GoPro. Yeah.
for sure.
What's up? Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Hello.
Happy birthday, boss.
How did everything go today?
Good.
You guys got the RV?
Yeah.
Everything's good?
It's nice to have the RV back.
Sweet.
Yeah.
All fixed up?
Yeah,
All fixed up?
Auto level's working.
No take backsies or anything?
No, nothing yet.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nothing yet. We even got a new shower nozzle, so things
I
are
know.
looking
He's like
up.
the little things he's excited about.
I had to run back out. I forgot the card in the truck. Total Carl move, honestly. Total Carl move. Hopefully, I hope you're easily entertained. A lot of last minute items getting wrapped up before we move back into the RV officially. Yesterday was just kind of that transition period, I would say, where we just slowly start taking things over. But today, the rubber is meeting the road and we have a lot to pack up. Let's get to it. Can't help myself. It's just too good. You like that? Good morning. A lot.
How did we accumulate all this stuff?
All right, so quick tip of the day here, a moving tip if you will. Wear flip-flops on move day because if it's raining outside and you're trying to bring all your belongings in from the truck into the RV, well, you don't want to be tracking a bunch of mud in and out, and let's just face it, any other shoes other than flip-flops are just a hassle to put on and off. You like that? Yeah, we'll keep those good tips coming. Something I did want to mention, and I completely forgot about, it's nice to have some extra boxes on hand just to transition the items from here to there. We had to go to Walmart to buy extra boxes. They weren't very expensive, like $1 or $2 each, but hey, it just helps when making the trips to the truck less of a hassle, if you know what I mean.
We doing good back there? He's somewhere back there. Can't wait to go back to simple living. I do appreciate having a roof over our heads while we were getting repairs done, but it's gonna be nice to be back in our rig. I will say that the easiest way for us to unpack is probably going to be like bring one box in at a time. Because if all these boxes come in at once, I'm gonna be like, help.
Yeah. Well, speaking of which, I hope the fridge is actually cooled down because we're taking a chance right now bringing all of our stuff.
I spent like 2.5 hours. I mean, I got every last speck out of there. Magic eraser, some bleach just to make sure there's no possibility of mold. So that thing is, you can eat off of it. It's so clean. But will it be cold? I don't know. There she is with the new fenders and everything.
We're home, buddy.
We're home. Oh, I can't wait to see how he feels about it. Like, is he gonna be skittish or?
Probably. It's gonna take some adjustment. All right. Is it cool?
Okay, we ready?
Yeah, let's see. I'm nervous, actually.
Oh, it's cold.
Oh, wow, it is cold.
Okay, let's see. Oh, freezer's really cold. Oh.
And it's defrosted.
It's defrosted. It is so clean. Look how clean this fridge is. It's crazy. Okay, I don't wanna. Cleaned her for a long time yesterday.
Who would have thought it only took us taking our RV in for repairs to finally defrost the freezer? That is the Hanks way of doing things.
Come on in.
Arrived. Team Tut is
Come.
coming in.
It's your home.
Wow.
Do you remember your home?
Here you go. All better.
Wow.
You like it?
Your
Remember
home.
It kind of smells new in here, right?
Yeah. What it smells like when we're not living in here.
I don't know.
This is. Oh, he's investigating.
Are we smelly? Can you guys see me in there? This is how humid it is out here in Indiana. Hold on. A little bit better. Whew. It is muggy out today, and I know all of us are sick of it. Me included. Talking about brakes. But I did want to update you that Grand Design when we took it in for repairs. You remember how we did both sets in the front of the brake hub assembly? We changed out both of those. Well, the one in the rear was also found to be completely obliterated. You guys were correct in saying we should be checking all 4 sets of tires and all 4 sets of brakes while we were already tackling the issue. Good call on your end. I wish I kind of had all y'all in my back pocket at one time so I could be like, what do I do now? Because I feel like you guys have our backs, and I really appreciate you guys for that. So keep the comments coming. Oh, and how could I forget the other repair? Are you guys starting to notice a common theme? What I wanted to really show you down here was that Grand Design ended up completely replacing the rear axle. For whatever reason, I dropped the ball. I had so many questions to ask them when I was there, and I asked a lot of questions, but I forgot to ask what was the need to change out the axle. So we have a brand new axle on the rear set of wheels, and that's good. I think they had mentioned that the rear brake hub assembly, when it completely disintegrated, I don't know, something was correlating between the two. They just ended up replacing all of it. That's good, and it looks really professional. Let me show you. I can't believe I'm able to do this right now. So here's that rear axle I was talking about that got completely replaced. And then look at this quality craftsmanship here. That just looks so nice and shiny. Looks like new axle hangers, and well, we already beat them to the punch with the new leaf springs on the previous episodes. And if you haven't seen that, I'll leave it linked right up here for you to check out. So yeah, lots to be thankful for, and I'm happy with everything and the way it turned out. Overall, you could say I'm one happy camper. Yeah, we're gonna go with that. Speaking of happy camper, we have one happy camper right here. So happy to be home, aren't you? I think he's happy. So are we. Alright, you're probably confused on how we got here, and we totally get it. There's a lot going on. So click and watch this video you see on the screen next, because we're going to explain everything. It's going to be a journey to say the least, so grab a drink and we'll see you over there.